Piggy, and I'm joined by Ash.
Hello.
Yeah, if you're wondering, by the way, why I have this image of Michelle Ryan, Joyce Slater, doing a very funny face, it is because um Derek Martin, I believe his name is Charlie Slater,
Yeah.
basically. The actor who played Charlie Slater sadly has moved on. He's no longer with us in the real world. He's now sadly moved on to the afterlife. I'm just trying to make this YouTube friendly for the first minute. Sorry, guys. And Michelle Ryan, who plays Zoe Slater, posted a tribute, but did the most like weird face possible doing it. I flashed it up again, and I just wanted to use it in the intro. So yeah, that's why. Um, yeah. So rest in peace, Charlie Slater. He was
Yeah.
90.
Rest in peace. I mean, great actor, had some great moments on the show, ushered in the Slater family. Even had a role in El Dorado, BBC's unknown cancelled soap. That's also fairly kind of fun in its own right. But yeah, I mean, hey, he lived to 92. Seemed to live a pretty full life. So you
Yeah,
know, all condolences to his family.
yeah. I was amazed though that he was 92. 'Cause I thought he was much younger than that. Surprised me.
Oh
Um,
yeah, like fucking the aged. Like it's kind of crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's just I am amazed that he was actually 92. But yeah, speaking of remembering people, what are the topics? Introduction, and then remembering Abby. Um, that's the kind of set that I have to do. Then we have Ravi Spirals. I can't really title it the way I want to title it, but if you know, you know. And then we have Jasmine amidst the truth, and then we have the awards, thoughts about the show, the after show, and the outro. So I guess we'll start with remembering Abby. Um, not Abbey Road, no, of course, Abby the character. Um, so yeah. So where do I
There's
begin?
only one Abby in this household, and it's Abby Brannon,
As
not whatever the other thing you said.
Abbey Road, it's a street in bloody London. I think I know
We
geography.
don't associate with London.
He's just getting flashbacks to when they drove past on what was it, on roller skates, but music.
Rollerblades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rollerblades. But yeah, remembering Abby. So where do we begin? Well, um, in like Thursday's episode, mainly Thursday and Wednesday's episode, we see that they want to remember Abby, and this starts off with Oscar and Lauren, wanting to have a drink in the Queen Vic to remember Abby. Obviously Lauren can't drink because she was a former alcoholic. Just want to put it out there in case people are wondering what drink she was having. Oscar meanwhile was having a lager, I'm presuming. And yeah, so they want to remember Lauren, Abby, and they invite Max, but Max gets caught up dealing with B. We've had a lot of lookalikes of what B looks like, mainly the guy from Crystal Maze. One that Ash said last week that I completely forgot, and then I said Salad Fingers, which is not a good comparison, but I just reminds me of like when Salad Fingers is like saying his press and stuff. But yeah, he gets caught up with B. B twists her ankle. Max is delayed.
B obviously being the new character
Yeah,
who's introduced as Linda's friend. You explain what Oscar's drinking in the pub, but not who the new character is.
yeah. I think one thing's more important than the other. It's not B. Um, but B, yeah, the new character is introduced, and then yeah, she twists her ankle, and Max is like, "Look, love, I'm sorry to admit this. My daughter's been dead for 8 years. I have to fuck off and do a memorial. See ya." And he leaves, and then he arrives, and Lauren's like, you're always late, aren't you, Max? Lauren, he was helping out his mate, like, he was helping out his mate, and he was stuck in traffic. Okay, admittedly, stuck in traffic could mean something else for Max if you know you don't, but he was
I
stuck
mean,
in traffic.
I think that well, he should have just used the excuse he used last time. He was getting a spider for his next door neighbor. Just help. He was also getting his spider on with his clothes off. So shooting some webs, as they say. But yeah, so it's very weird to see B. B is introduced what last week
Yeah,
as Linda's old school friend. It was explained that Linda was Linda basically bullied B as a teenager, and B seemingly has not really moved on from that. Because there are some people who still like live in that, like they're a teenager and don't actually move on, don't actually do much beyond that, and they kind of look back with regret or anger.
famous example,
And
Michael Jackson. Yeah, there you
and B's one of those people, and she still kind of holds a grudge. And Linda now trying to be like, oh, I wasn't that bad, oh, she always got us back, didn't all those things that bullies do say. Like, it wasn't me, it was all of us. And we weren't bullying, we were just giving her a bit of a hard time, tough love. She was gonna work through it and be better. It's like, yeah, fuck off. Fuck off, you bullied her. Um, but with that being said, Linda now feels indebted to B for some reason, and uh, now they just now she's just hanging around like a bad smell. She doesn't really seem to give a shit about social cues. She's been characterized as very weird and uncanny and very just well, I suppose the uncanny's my opinion, but I don't know. She's very off-putting. It doesn't feel like it fully works. We were doing the Watching Walford watch party yesterday as of recording this, but Thursday but Sunday when this comes out. Um, B is a very strange character, and I don't know how to feel. Obviously, first impressions aren't everything, but in the same way, the first impressions pretty fucking shit. And I was trying to say, hey, let's not judge it too quickly. Let's not say the character's irredeemable now, right? Let's not say I hate the character, never gonna like her, because that's dumb. And most of the Reddit usually does it towards soap characters. They go, I watched their first scene and they were shit. Never gonna watch this character again. It's like, well, maybe don't do that because you might actually miss out on a lot of cool characters. But fundamentally, the first impressions of B are pretty rotten, if I have to say so myself. What do you think about B so far?
Bumblebee. No, not Bumblebee. Transformers. Um, I don't like B or Bay or whatever you want to call her. Um, I don't
And has
really.
she ever been called Bay?
Well, if she's American, they'll be going, "Hey, Bay, come over here, Bay."
Yeah, but is she American though? Is she?
We don't know. We don't know. She could be.
Yeah, we fucking do. You've also just heard me call her B for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, but there is someone who will call her Bay. So
Yeah,
what?
well, they're wrong, aren't they?
Well, okay. Can someone just not make a joke? Do you criticize? Bay? What are you,
Yeah, I
man?
do.
What are you, my dad? Jesus.
If that's your level of fucking jokes, you gotta go back to the drawing board.
Just like Bay. B. Um.
And you're
Just
gonna say that, you're gonna trip yourself up by being like, "It is Bay, isn't it? It is Bay." They're gonna say Bay for the next 7 years till
yeah,
she leaves.
yeah. I know. Just to piss you off. But B. I don't like B. First impressions I know are everything. But she feels like a soap character, a stereotype of a soap character, and I just don't know how to feel. But B is here to stay. I believe. I believe she's here for a while, and
I mean, we made the joke that of Ronnie Yanconi, who plays her, is most famously a like slash impressionist comedian, and she does impressions, and she has done impressions of soap characters before. So far, it feels like she's doing an impression of a oddball soap character, and that's not really what you want because it makes you feel a little bit on edge. At least I do, because I don't know, it feels wrong. And I'm not supposed to like her, I'll say that much, because she is an oddball and she has a weird relationship with Linda where Linda feels indebted, but kind of takes all joy around it. But yeah, I don't know. Not many good things, I'd imagine, are being said about B, but perhaps people like the actor, perhaps people like her impressionist and sketch work. Then maybe then you actually like the character. But so as someone who hasn't seen her previous work, this first impression is not a good one.
Yes, but continuing on back to Max. Um, so Max, was getting a spider, some would say. And he arrives back late, and I was like, "You're just a fuckable with that. You're just a fuckable." And then Oscar, which is having troubles with Jasmine, which we will get to later. It's sort of just angry. It is time for the Memorial Day of Abby Brannon, and Oscar says he will drop the cake. And wouldn't you know it, Cindy and Max have an argument. They both drop the cake, and then Lauren just picks up the cake, brings it home. It's already destroyed, Lauren. Just get a new one. Just get a new one, Lauren.
Hmm.
It's
Well,
already.
they can't get a new one in time.
I don't care. Just nip the Tesco's. Go on.
Yeah, get old Colin Caterpillar or Cuthbert. I don't know. Isn't Cuthbert the middle class one? I don't know. Whichever one Waitrose does.
You
Sounds
mean
like a Waitrose or an M&S one.
it's a Marks and Spencer.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, still stands. Still
There,
stands.
there's a Marks and Spencers in my town, and I go up there sometimes. But bloody hell, they do sell Scotch eggs up there, but oh, they're horrible. Um,
Marks and Sparks.
yeah. And they sell pork pies up there as well. They're
Don't they sell like Percy pigs?
they do.
Isn't that what people kind of always talk about?
Yeah, they sell Percy pigs, and they sell Percy pigs fizzy drink, which I had one before. It's all right.
The
Um,
equivalent of blobby soda. Like what the fuck is that?
I'd actually try Blobby Soda. I would. I would. Um, bring it back, lads. Night Bobby. Blobby, not Bobby. Fuck. But yeah, Marks and Spencer. What is your guys' Marks and Spencer order? That's
I don't think I've ever been to a Marks and Spencers, to be honest.
oh
It
Jesus.
might shock the audience, but it feels like to go into Marks and Spencers and spend any money, you actually have to have money, and we ain't ever going to Marks and Spencers. It's like Waitrose. I've been in a Waitrose like twice in my life, and I feel wrong each time.
I've never been in a Waitrose, but I have been in a Marks and Spencer's. There's Marks and Spencer's in my town. It is very weird to say, but it's in my shopping centre. Where the cinema is, and I'm still waiting for Return of the Silent Hill to come to the cinema in my town, but it's not listed yet. And I'm like, you back. But back to Abby. So they put back the cake. It looks sad. The cake looks like the bloody human, or not the the blob thingy, with the eye, the nose. It looks like that, and yeah, so they pop back the cake, and then Max delivers a great speech, which we don't see. And Jack goes, "Was it AI? Was it AI?"
Yeah, we don't see the speech, which probably I know a lot of people. I know some people won't have seen Abby. If you're doing a fucking memorial, give us the speech at least. Don't just go, oh yeah, Abby died. What this week, 7 years ago? Like fucking, or what? However many years it was ago. Go and show us. What's the fucking point of going? Yeah, we're doing a memorial. All right. Oh, we shown any of the memorial stuff? Nah. What's the fucking point? What's the point? Fuck you. Like we're gonna glorify her, but we're not. That bitch doesn't deserve a speech. Yeah, she fucking does. Outrageous. And next week we're gonna fucking remember Mick, aren't we? We're gonna remember Mick. Is Mick gonna get the speech? Probably.
Yeah, probably. Will Danny Dyer make a cameo though? That's the question.
No.
He might. He
He's
might.
getting that sweet, sweet gambling advertisement money.
He might make. He'll get a paycheck for his face being show. He has that in his contract. Um. So yeah, remembering Abby. Yeah, so there's two more topics now, guys. It's Ravi Spirals. But the actual title would have been Ravi Spirals, but um, say that.
Can't
But,
say that on YouTube, unfortunately. We
yeah,
will get demonetized.
yeah. But we will. By the way, there will be a trigger warning.
Not like we make any money on the podcast, anyways.
No, no, we make about 2 cents, but yeah,
Yeah.
you know. But we will obviously do a trigger warning when we get to that segment of Ravi Spirals. So Ravi again in Monday's episode wakes up in the gutter, quite literally. And he's in the gutter because if you don't know, he was spiked last week. He was because the Mitchells wanted to get revenge. The new Mitchells wanted to get revenge on him, which is fair enough. It's a fair enough reason.
That's outrageous.
But
Yeah. Oh, you know how Nigel Farage does cameo?
oh, have you seen the
Well,
Tommy
he's no, it's not even that. He's done a cameo in tribute to
Dean Walkinson?
disgraced Lost Prophet singer Ian Watkins.
Yeah, yeah, I've
And in
seen
the
it.
message it says he loved his children. Fucking hell, boys. Have someone fact check this shit. To be fair, don't care about him. Fuck Farage. But Jesus Christ, get someone to look over the messages. Like it's like when Hulk Hogan got said, "Oh Hulk, please retweet this picture. My uncle's really ill right now, and it's a picture of Joseph fucking Fritzl." Like vet your sources, boys. Vet your fucking sources. Stupid fucking idiots. But anytime Farage looks like a twat is a victory. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna change the timestamp very quickly, so that can be in the end section of.
fucking outrageous.
I seen the video yesterday. It fucking buckled me because like no one fact checked for him. So, but
What's the
anyway,
quote? Mega lols.
mega loss. Anyways, back to Ravi. And by the way, I should probably change the timestamp because I don't want people to hear the first second of the fucking thing to be mega lol. So, um, Ravi spirals. So yeah, Ravi's in the gutter.
Obviously, don't look up Ian Watkins. Don't look what he did. Yeah, if you are, there's a lot of disgusting shit that awful predator did. So
Yeah. So to finally start the fucking segment, Ravi spirals. Now I know how you feel when I go on a rant. Um, but yeah, Ravi spirals. So he quite literally wakes up in the gutter. I've already mentioned this, but we were interrupted by Farage doing something stupid. But anyways, so he wakes up in the gutter. He doesn't know what happened. He was spiked last week by the new Mitchells, and yeah, that's where we got up to until we derailed. So he basically has no idea, but he has blood on his fist, and he's so confused of what he's done. He doesn't know what he did, but then he calls Priya, and Priya's like, "Yeah, your son's in hospital, mate. Your son's in the hospital. I don't know if you know this." So he goes to the hospital. He starts to no. First he goes to with Jack to be an informant, but he runs out because he's depressed, and his son's in
I mean, he's
hospital.
also still feeling the effects of being spiked,
Yeah,
but he's still groggy from the spiking.
yeah, well, that's but yeah. So he runs out on the informant job. You had one job, Ravi. You did do human trafficking. At least do this fucking job, will you? Um. So yeah, he runs out and then he goes to the hospital. Sees that the Vinda is in the hospital bed. Looks at him and then realizes something. I beat the shit out of my son. Woo! That's being clipped if I ever have kids. That's being clipped. Just know it is.
Maybe Ravi's more like Nish than he thought. To be fair, didn't actually. I don't think he actually hurt his own kids necessarily, but
No, no, he hurt them when they were adults, not when they were kids.
psychologically, it's just
Psychologically, he hurt them by walking out and going to prison. But physically harming them, he didn't do that until they were adults. So Nish is technically not a bad man. He waited till they were adults to hit them. So, um, yeah, that's obviously a joke. That's obviously a joke. But yeah, so he realizes what he did. He throws up. Thankfully, he doesn't do what Max had to do in the live episode in 2010. Let's put his fingers in his mouth. But he does throw up, and then Priest's like, "What happened?" He went, I think I hit my son. Oh, all right, all right. Why would you hit our son? I was spiked. Okay. Um. So he and how you can tell he is serious now is he unties his hair, which means he is
Hmm.
depressed. This
Yes.
is like when people mention like a very weird movie fact, like how you can tell someone's being serious in a movie. Like to tell that Ravi is sad and serious, his hair's untied. Um, but yeah, so his hair's
It's the kind of ridiculous thing where it's also a character in Hollyoaks, Steve Hay. Steve, he likes to do a little thing where when he's having a bad time, he likes to like not get a haircut or like grow his beard out because it shows he's clearly not taking care of himself, which is fine when he does it, but just because of the absolute state of Ravi's character in 2026, I he he's capable of good performances, but also just personally, I don't want to see them from Ravi. I don't think he has no right to feel bad for himself after what he's done.
yep, and he overhears Barney because Nicholas like we got to get away, Harry, and he overhears Barney talking and saying that they have to go away. So he puts two and two together that they spiked him, and any reasonable adult will go, I should phone the police. I should phone the police. But Ravi goes, there are no Mitchells. Bill Mitchell has a bat. I
At
have a
what
bat.
point do the new Mitchells become the Mitchells?
I don't know. It's like the
I don't know. Maybe they'll never be the new. They'll always be the new Mitchells. I guess the new Mitchell new the new Mitchells have to crop up.
it's like when the young bucks. When do they become the old bucks? Never. They're always the young bucks. Even though I think
When does Junior become Senior?
I don't know. That's the real questions here. The real question.
But they never do. They never do.
See, the problem is when we get newer Mitchells, do we have to call them the newer Mitchells? If
The
the new,
new.
yeah, but then knowing me, I'll end up slipping new into something else. Knowing me,
The Hoover Mitchells.
the new electric boogaloo Mitchell. But yes. So any reason why I thought would go, oh, I'll call the police. No, like I said, he thinks the new Mitchell, no Phil. Obviously, Phil's not really in this. I'm just making a joke here. And he's like, they know Phil. Phil has a bat. I have a bat. Bat. Why did I say bat? Bat. I have a bat.
I've got a
Uh,
bat.
Thank you. And he's like, I know what I'm gonna do. So he boots in the fucking door, right? Right, and I understand he doesn't know she's pregnant, but he boots in the door, scares the crap out of Nicola and Harry, and then Nicola outsmarts him. And the only thing I can think of is the fucking scene from the real reason why the Beatles broke up, where John obviously, or not John, where Paul pulls out like a sock with two pool balls in it. I just that's all I think about when she phoned George. But she phones George and George overhears the conversation. And then like when you're in a fight and you summon like someone to help you defeat the boss, George runs into the house like Foo Fighters My Hero plays. He runs in and then he's like, what are you doing, son? And then it's like we spiked him, George, but we didn't mean to get him to him for him to hit
He
his
didn't
son.
attack Nugget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes to whack them, but fucking Harry comes in out of nowhere, spears him through the table, and like stops him.
Glass table as well.
Glass table, yeah. Obviously, there were probably actors, there were probably stunt doubles there replaced, but
Safety glass as well.
safe. Uh, Willem, do what Willem Dafoe does. Just don't do just don't get a stunt man. Just do your own stunt. Um, which I know there's a big difference between Willem
I mean, it'd
Dafoe.
be quite hard to get someone who can body double for Willem Dafoe. I'll say that much.
I mean, we know the
Very
famous.
distinct look as Willem does. That's like Steve Buscemi. Good luck. Good luck finding anybody who looks like Steve
I
Buscemi.
I mean, there's obviously a famous story where Willem Dafoe through a sex scene that they got a penis double because Willem Dafoe's penis is too big, famously. Um, that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's actually
It was
true.
good of his agent to leak that story to the press.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm his agent. I'm actually his agent if you didn't know. But yeah. they squish him through the glass table. So Ravi goes home. Priya, by the way, was locked in the house, and Ivania had to free her. So yeah, so she runs over, and then she brings Ravi home, and he tells Ravi, "Look, Ravi, I don't mean to alarm you, but Nicola was pregnant. She was clutching a baby. I know you did hit her kid by accident. She also has to protect her kids. She's gonna have three eventually. So yeah, just to let you know that." And then Ravi, trigger warning, by the way. So Ravi's in the flat by himself. He has wounds, and he decides to go um open those wounds a bit more.
Yeah,
Um,
he just essentially just digs into the wound really,
yeah,
and causes pain, which
and
is indeed a form of self harm.
and just to make this slightly a bit more lighthearted, obviously me and Ash were talking about Wednesday's episode, and obviously Ash said, because you don't really see him doing it, but you only really see his face. And obviously we both made, well, I'll just say we both made, but we obviously know who made the observation. We both said that, like, if you change the music, so like some jazz music, it does look like he's jizzing. So yeah, there you go. There, just to lighten the mood a little bit. Um, so like music can really change the scene. I'm just pointing
Lighten the
out there.
mood and into the gutter. The Watching Walford special. No, I mean, obviously it's a serious thing, and it came out of nowhere, so it probably did shock a lot of people. I'm sure there were trigger warnings on the iPlayer. But it's see, I would understand if Rafi, and I'll also argue this segment's probably not gonna be as long as it would be, considering we did a 30-minute video the other day, which had already come out. So we're not going to spend too long talking about the Ravi stuff. We've already gone into it in great length. But I would feel bad about Ravi if he was a sympathetic character and wanted to do better. Um, but unfortunately, the way he's acted just makes it feel like he's just being a little edgy teen, which doesn't give me sympathy because if Ravi had tried to make amends with Harry and Kojo and was actually working with the police to try and take down the criminal gang that caused Harry and Kojo to be exploited, then, and if he gets shut out despite trying to change and trying to be better and actually trying to help them, like trying to help them get better, I would feel a little bit more sympathetic to Ravi. But I don't, because all he's really done is he's either doubled down on it, not helped the police investigation, and then has just kind of been a little bit mopey about it. Like, yeah, I'm sure he does hate himself, but you can basically you can go about it a different way that makes you feel sympathetic for Ravi. But hey, I mean, maybe we don't know exactly where the story's going. Maybe Ravi's behavior continues to ramp up. You know, maybe the lovely theory of Ravi being the one who dies due to Max, or possibly being set up, or Max being possibly set up for Ravi. You know, is that a possible thing? But yeah, it's just so. It's such a I don't know. It felt tonally kind of wrong, and it feels like the only people who are actually sympathetic to Ravi are people who actually really like the character before. But if you don't really like the character and you've seen what he did to Kojo and Harry, you simply go, "I'm sorry, it does suck. You know, it's horrendous that he's doing this sort of behavior, and he does need some help. But also, I don't really feel bad for him."
Yeah. Obviously someone made a sarcastic tweet on Twitter slash X as it's now known, and they basically made a joke, not a joke, and this is not about self harm. This is just a joke in general character. He obviously said, but what about Ravi? All he did was wanted to throw a sweet 16 for Avani, and then Bernie stole 20K out of the fund, so he had to go into drug dealing. So what? He kidnapped Harry and Kojo. What about Ravi? Obviously that's a joke. I don't really know how to feel about this. That's my current crux of EastEnders, is to use famous, not gonna say his name, from that one interview. How am I supposed to feel? How do you want me to feel? Um, so yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel for this. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to expect. But I'm going to move on now, if you don't mind. So we done a 30-minute video on it. So
Yeah. I had some other angle to go. Uh, I had a dumb observation that I was gonna get into. Shit. Alright, I think it's gone. If I remember it, I'll bring it up.
all right, and now it's time for Jasmine. Woo, Jasmine. That is Ben Whitey in the writers' room. But Jasmine time. Um, so where do we begin? Well, in Monday's episode, they're really trying to make Jasmine family with the Truman household. Um, because obviously she is now Anthony's kid, which still feels like a wrong move in my eyes. You teased Dennis Rickman. I'm not going to get over it. You teased Dennis Rickman, and you took it away from us. We could have had the son and daughter of Dennis Rickman. Killed the only son of Dennis Rickman. But no,
Yep.
but no, but no, you had to give us fucking Anthony Broom. Fan fiction way, he back at it again. So yeah, Jasmine is now the kid of Anthony, and they want her to be in the family. They basically want her to remember Anthony. And throughout the week, we see her like try and cope with it, but very much not. In one instance, she has to put baby Charlie to sleep. Great singing voice, I will admit, better than my singing voice. And
You did used to be in a choir, did she? Don't think so.
yeah, yeah, who has the offended me, bitch. Um, that's obviously a joke. She's definitely better than me, and she's a trained actor. I'm not. Um, Actress, if I have to use politically correct term. But yeah, so she puts baby Charlie to sleep, but baby Charlie, the clumsy bitch, knocks the baby monitor out of the crib. Which, to be fair, why would you put the baby monitor in the crib and not like on a safe place where she can't reach it? I don't think she's like Spider Man. I don't think she can fucking climb over the crib. I might
I don't
be.
know. Babies do some mad shit. To be fair, like some babies are outrageous. The amount of dumb shit they get up to.
I know. Well, I know, no, I know. To be fair, but I'm just saying, if you're realistically putting a baby to sleep, wouldn't you put it just in the corner,
Yeah, yeah, obviously,
yeah, yeah?
obviously.
Because I'm not saying, I'm just
I mean, I
saying,
think one thing I do get is Lily's pretty. She's pretty shaken up, and rightfully so. Hanan has just left because she's clearly very unwell. Um, she's had to move into the Queen Vic, not a home, and the only person kind of looking after it is Alfie, but Alfie's also super busy. So she's like, "Can someone just look after my fucking kid? I'm busy." And Jasmine's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll do it," and sets her down, puts her to sleep. And then it feels like about 10 minutes passed, and Lily shows up again, and then they don't hear Charlie crying because the baby monitor's on the floor. So then she's like, "Fucking hell, fucking there you! I'll leave you for 10 minutes." And she was crying through the floor. It's like you probably just heard the baby monitor through the floor. Let's be honest. You probably just heard the baby monitor. But hey, Lily is particularly stressed, and you can't really blame her that much. But also, in this little fight, Jasmine goes to swing at her, which is fucking hilarious. Like, you've only been in the family 2 seconds. That have a bust up.
I mean,
Like,
Jasmine will be 20 this year in universe. She's born in '06. So like, you're hitting a fucking minor. You're hitting a minor because Lily will be like 15. Yeah,
yeah,
what fucking are we doing here? But yeah, no, no, I did laugh at this because like baby Charlie just waxed the monitor, like yeah, full on waxed the monitor out of the way. Um, I also wonder, how do babies act Like, how do they act in a show? Because like you can't really give them a script. So do you just have to? Is it like a pet? You have to just
I mean, they're hardly fucking doing the words. Like,
no.
all
But
right, all right, read Hamlet's soliloquy. Go on. May as well get you started early, you fucking dickhead. Like,
no.
obviously, there's someone there to take care of the baby, but they usually just don't use. They usually just don't use kid actors unless they have to. But even then, it's usually just like a. I was gonna say handler. That's what you have for animals.
A fucking handler.
Or double agents.
A
Which
fucking,
all babies are. Spreading deep intel. All secret spies.
a fucking
Sorry, me and Gene have been eating the same cereal this week.
handler.
No, but obviously you have I assume you have the parents there and they take care of their fucking kid for
Yeah,
the
yeah, no, but
2 minutes they're needed to be in a scene.
yeah, but I'm just saying when like is it like a pet in a sense where you have to kind of
I mean, it's mostly just sit there and shut the fuck up.
fair enough, fair enough.
I'd imagine.
Like Tyson in my opinion. Even Tyson's gone, isn't he? Tyson's no longer on.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. Also,
The Tyson, Anna, and Freddie World Tour.
Thailand, woo! Australia, woo!
Feel the Fury. Wow, that was quite loud.
Sorry, but
Sorry about that.
when I hear Fury, I just remember Tyson Fury's dad going up the
Oh
like
God.
telling KSI, "I'll bum you, I'll fucking bum you." Bit gay, lad. Bit gay to say you'll bum someone.
Well,
like,
nah, it's a show of manliness.
yeah,
I'm so manly that it's not gay.
but like I'm no, we're not homophobic on this channel. I will just argue we're not homophobic, right? But like, surely, right? If you're shit talking someone, you don't go.
Wait, you grew up in the early 2000s. Like,
No, no, but
come on.
I'm just saying, surely if you're like trying to fight someone, you don't go, "Oh, you have a juicy ass, don't you? I can't wait to pound that ass." Like, you know what I mean? You're like, "I'm gonna fuck you up, mate." You don't go, "I'll fucking bum you," you know? So,
Yeah,
sorry.
different cultures. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, fair
Some
enough.
cultures are like, I'm going to fuck you, but that doesn't make me gay. That just makes me better than you. So, all right, sound.
Inserting dominance over you.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
Tyson.
don't condone it, obviously.
No, no. Um,
We are big allies, anyways.
yeah, big man.
I think we're both a part of the old alphabet club.
I think we are. I don't. I'm sometimes part of it. I'm just. I have a membership.
You're a floater.
Yeah, yeah. I sometimes come in, I check the scenery and then leave, you know. Um, like most Republican men on Grinder, I just come in, secretly armed, leave, and then complain. Um,
Both a part of the alphabet, you spaghetti.
why did that sound like the fucking Mike Tyson was saying it?
I don't know.
It's just sound alphabetic spaghetti. Like it, but sorry, we need to get back to this. We need to be serious. We need to be serious.
What are we even talking about?
We were talking about Baby Charlie, and then I brought up Tyson, and that led to Tyson fucking Fury's dad saying he'll bum KSI. I think it was KSI he said he'd do. Yeah. But yeah. Continuing on back to series. Um. So yeah, she nearly has a scrap with Lily. Which side note, side um, just to not really derail it. I'd fucking love if Jasmine swung for Lily while she was holding baby Charlie, and then Charlie, then like Lily, you know, like when you swing a chair shot in wrestling, just uses baby Charlie and she's like, boom, fucking smack her in the head with the baby. You know, just do that. You're in a fight.
Bit of casual child abuse there.
It's not really child abuse. The baby's not gonna feel it. You're just gonna whack someone with the baby. Yeah.
Mate, babies have notoriously brittle fucking bodies.
Look, you can always make another. That's all I'm
Mate,
saying.
mate, people have to cover their head when they possibly hit the floor.
True. True. Uh,
Like,
I've been thrown on stairs before, so you can tell I've been brain damage. Um. So yeah.
so did my oldest brother. Maybe that's where the autism came from. Ah, no shit, it was Tylenol. My bad. Yeah, pesky
Yeah.
Tylenol.
Yeah. It was Tylenol. Or as
God,
it's
Mate, Tylenol's victory rate has got to be insanely high, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Ridiculous. That's what those are all jokes, of course. Fucking
obviously it's paracetamol over here.
painkillers.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Tylenol is the reason why we all have autism, and the vaccine, of course.
Yeah,
That's the thing going on.
double pumping it.
Yeah, double pump. You know. So I bet if you take a vaccine and then you take some paracetamol slash Tylenol, I bet you get double autism. Oh, that'd be great. Double tism. Let's
See,
go.
yeah,
I thought you were gonna make a
the
joke,
old gamble to get the trains autism. Avoided that one.
but I do have the horror tism.
Yep,
So that
horrorism, East soaptism.
yeah. I have an addiction to collecting wrestling figures of men in skimpy clothes. So who really is the gay one here?
He's trying to act like he's not a part of the alphabet club.
Okay.
This has been such a weird pod. Once again, I feel like most people, if they watch a podcast every week, at this point you can probably tell we don't really fuck this week for EastEnders again. So this is why most of the segments I feel with us shooting the shit and not actually talking about the fucking show. Sort of make that disclaimer, peel back the old curtain.
Yeah. I'll continue on now. Um.
Yep.
So yeah. So she basically goes to craft, but So Jasmine gets to know the Truemans a bit more. She gets drunk the following night because the Trumans want her to go to Anthony's wake the following day. Which this was Anthony's final scene, him in the coffin. So, EastEnders did
Probably his
so.
best scene, to be honest.
Probably his best scene, yeah, to be fair.
Didn't
So
have to do anything, did he?
no, he didn't have to do anything, did he? No. Um, but yeah,
Parrot on my shoulder.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, continuing on. So yeah, so she basically drinks to forget, as you do. And then she tries to get Oscar to drink some shots with her. But she downs like 4 shots, and he's just drinking probably a lager again, or probably a cider, probably a lager. And then she pours the rest of the lager over him, and then he just smacks the desk and does a shot, which was
Yeah.
fantastic. And then what leads to Oscar being pissed off in the scenes where he said Max
Well, I'm
was
not saying I wouldn't do it, but also there's still a ton of shots lined up. Like, there we go. Fucking hell, I've had about 15 shots. Fuck. Just me, like falling across the street. You doing all right? Yeah, yeah, just a couple of shots. Yeah. How many shots do you take? 2 of them.
I, my favorite story was shot saw. I was obviously a baby Guinness is a shot of Guinness. From memory,
What?
I
Isn't
believe.
it just liqueur?
I think it's the cure. But
It's like some flavored liqueur.
my friend Rambo thought baby Guinness was a smaller pint of Guinness, and when he got it, we saw this pint. It buckles me every time.
I mean, I've done one shot of baby Guinness. Fucking horrendous.
I've only done.
Although I remember ordering one, and because we ordered a bunch of drinks, and the person serving it fucking dropped the baby Guinness everywhere. It's like, oh, fucking hell. It's like, oh, I'll get you another one. Yeah, it sounds. Like I feel bad. What am I gonna do? The man should turn around, clean up. What? Clean it up.
Clean it up, you fat
I
fucking.
expect 4 more baby Guinnesses. Thank you very much. No, and it wasn't great.
Sorry, I'm just still thinking of
But that's also why you don't. That's why you don't drink shots on a fucking pasta belly. It's fucking absolute disaster. You know,
um. But
Captain Chunder came out for a second there.
but yes, so she basically drinks to forget, and then obviously she's a slater now, so she's on a milk truck, piss drunk, drinking some milk and some rum, which is a White Russian, I believe, is what it's called. Um, Probably the only safest Russian in the world is a White Russian. The drink. So yeah. Continue.
It's fucking. What the fuck?
Quickly move on, Piggy. Quickly move on.
What the fuck?
But yes. So she's
There's
drinking
no
them.
milk in a White Russian.
What?
There's no. I guess that there is cream.
Yeah, yeah. I believe it's milk in a White Russian with a bit of rum. I believe.
Vodka. Well, it's also vodka.
Yeah. It's sort of. Ah,
It's not the same thing.
fuck it. It's a semi White Russian. Okay. Um, but I don't know drinks. Okay, mate. I only drink fruity ciders, non-alcoholic, which the UK government are trying to ban liquid because obviously
Yeah, it's a gateway drug, isn't it? Everybody drinks. They start on Heineken Zero, straight to Heineken.
they start on copper.
Fucking hell, right? Who who the fuck goes from non-alcoholic to alcoholic? You're obviously drinking the non-alcoholic because you don't actually want to have the alcohol. That's a gateway drug. Fuck off.
Is that how they?
And people already get ID'd for fucking non-alcoholic anyways.
I get ID'd in gun stores if I buy non-alcoholic there because obviously they don't know me compared to Tesco's know me. Everyone in Tesco's just how are you Piggy? Brand. How are you insert my father's name? How are you Big Nine?
It's just fine. It's just like I don't know. Just government are just the most boring, safe fuckers you ever seen.
You know, it's also is that the reason why they won't legalize weed because it will be a gateway drug doing heroin thing. That's their excuse. Oh, we can't
I
legalize
don't
weed.
know.
We can't legalize weed. Why? Oh, they'll start doing black tar heroin afterwards.
It would be awfully liberal to. It would be awfully liberal for this government to legalize weed.
I don't think weed's being legalized in the UK for at least another 10 years because
Nah.
no one, because think of the kids. Yeah, like little Timmy who's 10's gonna go fucking to a dealer going, all right, I need three things. Have you got the three things? Have you got macaroni spirals, paper, and weed? Um, as you know, they make macaroni. But yeah,
Don't know
so
what dealer. Don't know what dealers you gone to.
yeah, no, but I'm saying as a 10-year-old, is that what he's going to do? Like, is that what they think is going to happen? He's just going to go to a
Like
dealer.
mate, you don't even need. You know what you need to ban. You need to ban fucking WKD blues. They're fucking. I got drunk on WKD blues at the age of like 12. Fucking that shit hits harder than you expect. Me, 12 years old, flooring it into the fridge. Just I'm fine, not feeling it. Fucking hell, that's the real gateway drugs. Ban fucking Strongbow dark fruits. Not for also it's just bollocks, isn't it? It's just stupid, just out of touch bollocks. Anyways,
Yeah, so continuing on, so she's basically drunk on the milk float because obviously that's what Cat Slade did. That's what,
he's a Slater now.
again, fan fiction, Wadey.
One's probably a bit early. Like, she's not even technically a Slater.
Yeah,
She's
uh,
not even named Slater yet.
yeah, like I said, really seems like a fan fiction from Wadey again.
My character's gonna be the best one. What about all the other characters? No, 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 but she's a Slater. It's like, yeah, sound.
Then Wadey, we'll let
Mm.
you do it. It'll be your one wish you could do. Come on. But yeah, so they obviously go to the wake, but she doesn't want to go to the wake. She doesn't want to see Anthony. And we found out why. They also tell her the truth that Anthony was a bit of a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Um,
woman hater.
what a bitch, bitch, bitch. You know,
Once again, he should have done the Undertaker. Just ooh, bitch. Ugh.
buckle up, bitch. And do that again. Um, but yeah, so it's revealed that like he has a that his wife has a restraining order on him, and he was a bit obsessed with Zoe. Ooh. So yeah,
Who
that
knew?
who knew really? So then we find out that everyone's saying goodbye to Anthony, and then I was gonna say Zoe. Then Jasmine pulls out video proof, and it's like, bitch, look what you did to me. And my favorite bit is she goes up the stairs. Anthony, after knocking Zoe out, just goes,
Well, this is
"Ooh."
her. This is her showing.
Yeah,
This is her showing. Also, I know it's a plot device. Who shows a dead body a fucking video? Like, he's not just gonna wake up and go, "Oh, that makes sense." Like, Why are you showing a dead body video? Anyways, pulls up the video. Also, just casually got that video on your phone. Casually got a video you killing someone. And yeah, the video shows Jasmine creeping up into the Vic, finding Anthony attacking Zoe, and then he does as follows. What did he do, Piggy?
He goes, right, you want to do one?
No.
All right, fair. So yeah, he basically Freddy Fazbear's enough jump scares Jasmine. Which I'm surprised didn't throw her back down the stairs because he's fucking attacking her. And then we see the camera like sort of goes up, so because he's attacking her obviously. And then Jasmine either grabs three things that one thing that we think it is, and two things that I think it might be. A baby shoe, a salt lamp, and either a door stopper. So it's one of the three. And
We think it's a salt lamp.
yeah, we think
We
it's
on the watch party we enhanced, we zoomed in, we added some salt lamps. We think it's a salt lamp.
yeah. Even though knowing Ben Riley, it could also be a door stopper.
It's a, remember 20 years ago? Yeah, yeah, sound.
You remember Dirty Den Watt? Yes, yes, I do. So yeah, she whacks him with a salt lamp, and then that's the duff duff, and that is the end of all of the EastEnders topics. So
I just want to say it was a very good day in soap for twists that everybody saw coming. Because on the same day in Coronation Street, now spoilers, they revealed that Debbie is actually Carl's mum and not her brother or sister rather. But, whatever. I'm bad with the names. Yeah, it makes sense. She's actually his mum, not his sibling. And then also they go, who killed Anthony? It's been a really good mystery. We've put all suspicion on everyone. I wonder who it'll be. Oh, it's Jasmine. It's Jasmine. Okay. Great, grand. Cheers. Like fucking. At least they revealed it quite early on. But once again, another twist that nobody gives a solitary fuck about because it's like, oh no, what a surprise! It was Jasmine after all. Oh, whoa! It's just relentless, honestly. Like, whoa, just boring, isn't it? It's just fucking boring. Whoa! Did you know it was Jasmine? Yes. Yeah, but you didn't know that she was Zoe's kid, did you? Yeah, yeah, we did. Yeah, but I bet you didn't guess that Anthony was the one who got killed by Jasmine. Yeah, thanks, Ben Wady. Go on, have an extra juice box, Ben. You've outdone yourself this time. Fucking outrageous. What's wrong with you?
so now it is time to talk about the show and the awards. So we'll do the thoughts about the show first. I'll go first. It was an alright week. I've heard people like praise Thursday episode. Don't understand why. Maybe because we were checked out because we had just done 4 hours of content for one more match, which won't be out till March and April. So yeah. But maybe it's that. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Um, maybe I'll lie down for your brother. Maybe I won't. Um, but yeah, I found it all right. Not the best, not the worst. It was just middling. Like we obviously knew the Jasmine reveal was going to happen, but planting it on someone who only returned for one episode felt very pointless. And then just to reveal that it wasn't actually her is a bit silly. But they're probably going to send Chrissy back down for the murder of old Anthony Trueman, which will be
I mean,
interesting.
or they can just go ahead and say, hey, it was self-defense.
Yeah, but and we already know that Patrick will forgive Jasmine in the by 2027. So that's something. The Ravi stuff, I'm not really looking forward to it because why is he the victim? He caused the problems. He can't be the victim. He caused them. And remembering Abby, that was all right. Jackson was that
Well, it
AI
was
man.
just a bit fucking pointless, wasn't it?
Well,
It was like you didn't really remember Abby. The most you said about Abby, you went, "I remember that time she got her head stuck in the bars. Wasn't that funny?" That's it. That's what we got. That's all you get. Like, what fucking tribute was that? It's nothing. And it's mostly just another thing to say. Lauren going, "I don't trust you, Max." And people like, why doesn't Lauren trust Max? What? Because like Max, the dad who's let her down at every single point in time her entire life. Yeah, I'm not sure why she doesn't really trust Max anymore. Like, and I feel like this year's it's just gonna be full of it. It's just gonna be full of like, "Oh, fuck you, Max. Ah, but I'm trying to change. Ah, no, but I mean, if last year's anything to account for, Zoe saying she needs to find her son is gonna be this time is gonna be the, well, I don't trust you, Max. You always mess up. That's what it's gonna be this year.
I need to find
Yeah.
my son. Many Mao. Your thoughts for the week?
But for the other week, it was okay. I've seen people say Ravi was like terrifying with his hair down. I'm just so pissed off by Ravi at this point that anything he does just annoys me. So I'm not exactly the best metric to judge it by. Uh, I thought it was alright. I like, I wonder if this is the new Mitchell's Revenge. I wonder if they start to move on after this. Hard to tell. Um, yeah, like I said, would have loved more of the actual Abbey stuff. Like, if you're doing a memorial, fucking do a memorial properly, boys. Like, come on. I kind of like the Jasmine stuff, but once again, I'm severely let down by it. You've revealed it, and once again, the reaction is like, I don't know, just some shit hitting just some shit hitting the toilet bowl. Just like, ah, good. Glad that's gone now. Glad that's out in the open. Just underwhelming again. And like checked out. I don't even think we were. Like, yeah, sure, we were a little bit tired, but I don't necessarily think we were super checked out. I think it's just kind of a. I don't know. I've been saying this for weeks, and maybe I don't even know how to get out of the funk of just being disappointed by the EastEnders. But it's not just a two-way street though. It's not like we go into it just wanting to be pissed off. It's just what we're being given isn't really what we like. So I don't know. Maybe each week we're progressing slowly and realizing that this era of EastEnders isn't really for us, but we'll still be here no matter what because we are financially obligated. No, because it's what we do and it's 159 weeks of it. But yeah, ultimately another underwhelming week. I will say this January is way better than last January though, because last January was the worst of Clenshaw, and this January it's not been great, but it's been alright. So it's better than last year. So will the 41st anniversary be better than the 40th? Well, one step at a time.
I don't even know if they'll do anything for the 41st.
Yeah, they have to. It's the anniversary week.
Yeah, but it's man ready.
No, well, see, the anniversary week is gonna be Zoe. Zoe's gonna get out of prison, and she's gonna finally have a reunion with with Jasmine, and then Zoe's gonna, without skipping a beat, going, "Let's find our, well, not our son. Let's find our, I don't know. Basically she does that. Boom, reset again, back to July. Let's go. They're gonna find their brother slash son. Yeah.
I need to find my son. Um. Also, are they gonna do something for Big Mo's 90th birthday next month? I wonder.
Don't know.
I hope they do. You are talking about the stages a lot, so like, fucking do
I
something.
say that I do think the anniversary will be about Nigel, and it depends. He might die. He might still have another year in him. I don't know.
I do want them to do something though for Big Mo's 90th birthday party. Um.
That's if she's even gonna be back.
I hope she fucking is. Gotta do something for her. Uh. Can't just not do anything for Big Mo's 90th birthday party, big bash blowout. But yeah, now it's time for the awards. We have a few awards. We have the Chris Clencher for most promising, the Anthony Trueman for most wooden. I think we know what it's called this week. Um, then we have underrated and who needs slapping down. So yeah. Where do you want to go? Chris Crenshaw, I assume.
Yep, as we always do.
Mm.
For most promising, um, huh, I don't know. I guess I'm just going to give it to the fact that this January is way better than last January.
Yeah.
But equally, it's not a very high bar. It's doing limbo when the pole's 6 feet high. It's like, oh well, great, cheers. Yeah. I guess I ducked my neck back a little bit, but I was only doing it to be performative. It doesn't mean anything.
Um. Uh. Let me think. Um. Hmm. I guess the reveal of Jasmine being the killer. But not really. I'm sort of looking forward to see where it goes. But
I will say I'm glad it's over.
yeah,
I'm glad that we finally know it's been revealed. Yeah, sure, the reveal didn't shock anyone, but at the end of the day, at least it's done now.
yeah. Um, but
Oh,
continue.
the one thing I will. Okay, yeah, sound. I
Like,
remember what I was going to say half an hour on, but I'll bring it up for the next award.
uh, the Anthony Truman Award is obviously going to Anthony Truman's coffin. That is the most wood attached to. But what?
Um, for me, it's the subsection of people on social media who the second Rafi took his top off are suddenly like, oh yeah, it's like fucking he's about, you know what he's about to do, like, put your willies away, man. You know, look, he's an attractive man, but it's maybe not the scene, like, maybe not the scene to get all horny about him. Fucking hell. So all those fans get the most wooden award. So
They were wooden for lots of reasons. Um,
yep, that's the joke, mate.
yeah, no. Uh, but moving on. Underrated. Who gets underrated this week? Ooh, boy. Ooh, ooh. Charlie.
Cindy,
Didn't.
I like how all Cindy did this week was fuck the Max by dropping the cake, and that's all she did the entire time. It's fucking great.
I'm giving it.
Easiest easiest paycheck of her fucking life.
Michelle Collins did get something. I keep confusing fucking Michelle Collins from Michael Collins, the guy who helped the Irish overthrow the British
Michael
government.
Collins. All right.
I keep thinking she's one of the reasons why we have half our country freed. Fucking, where were you when Michelle Collins, Cindy Beale freed Ireland from the British? Where were you? Just add Michelle Collins with a photo of her in the raft.
Bit of Irish history there for you.
We found out that one of our people that attended the Walford Watch Party, Jack, just before I get to the next award, they were obviously, I'm not going to name the band, but there was a Catholic and Protestant march in the same area, right? So of course you're expecting a bit of a disaster, but Jack told us that I think it was Jack. I hope it was Jack. Hope I'm not getting the wrong person. He was saying that like in this match, he's obviously a bit of a Protestant, and this Catholic launched a glass bottle at his head when he was 9. And he had to get like 9 stitches. Poor bastard. Poor bastard.
For the cause.
I can't imagine someone looking at a 9-year-old child and going, fucking Protestant. Boom. Just launching
Fucking
a bottle.
Protestant smash.
Just launching a bottle at them. And if he made that story up, that is a fantastic story. But if it is real, that is even funnier. Like some just bloke got so annoyed at
Just
a nine.
outrageous, isn't it?
Yeah, some bloke got so annoyed at a 9-year-old. He smashed a glass bottle over their head.
One thing
After
I'll
one.
say, obviously, if you want to get involved, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. we do the Watching Walford Watch Party where we watch the EastEnders and then just have a little debrief afterwards. So
Yeah.
if you
Um.
want to join us every 7:30 on the Watching Walford YouTube channel.
Yeah. But continuing on. Underrated. I'm giving it obviously to Charlie XTX. The child, not the singer, the child. Lily's baby. And the last award.
Look, I've heard people call Charlie a brat, but I don't think that's why. It's there we go.
Underrated, not underrated. Who needs slapping down? Uh, Jasmine.
Ravi.
All right. Um, yeah. Up next is the after show. This might not be too long, folks. This might be about five 5 minutes, 5 10 minutes. I don't know.
Ugh. I mean, what have I got? I have watched all of the revival series of Waterloo Road. If you don't know what Waterloo Road is, it's a school drama essentially, and it's a school. It fluctuates in the place depending on what series they are, but usually it's in Manchester. It's in like it's in the slightly more impoverished like north in a way, and you kind of obviously a lot of difficulties that people run into, people with different backgrounds, etc., etc. So it's a school drama. It was initially a 10 series in the mid 2000s, and I used to watch it as a kid with a family. It kind of the original series has that like car crash TV type thing where fucking it's always the joke, right? But if you actually want to watch the Waterloo Road, I feel like you have to be in a good place mentally, because if you aren't, it will fucking break you. Like, it will destroy you, because it's like, oh, this character I like dead. Oh, this character I like dead. It's like, fucking hell, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, how many times? But the revival is a bit more stripped back, a little less intense, but equally also very good. I was obsessed with it. I think there's 7 series of the revival, and I watched it all in about a week, which these days I'm not really one for binge watching shows that much. Like I used to binge watch everything, but for some reason whenever I finish a series or I finish like a season, I'm like, all right, I'll have a little break and I'll watch it in a couple days. But usually that just results in me getting bored, finding something else to do, and then getting distracted and never finishing it. So yeah, just absolutely blitzed through it. I've not been as obsessed with a show as I have in a while, so did really enjoy new series of Waterloo Road, and fortunately there are 2 more series commissioned, so thriving, thriving. And now, because I am now slightly mentally stronger than I used to be, I'm going to go back to the original series and I'm going to watch it all again and have my little heart broken one more time. It's been good fun though. It's been good fun. It's all I've really done. Everything I've been eat, sleeping, breathing Waterloo Road, and it's really good because I tried to watch the revival a while ago, but the first series for me fucking sucked. But I think it was because I was judging it from the expectations I had of the previous series, where obviously, super intense, high octane shit happening every time. And then you go, oh, it's a little bit stripped back, but then they have the big peaks for the final episode of the season. So, you know, if you watched Waterloo Road before and haven't taken a look at the new series, or you've never watched it, give it a look. It's actually quite a nice little show. My only real critique of it is the simple fact that I could probably do a way more episodes, honestly. There's only 8 episodes, so a lot of stuff has to develop off screen. Also, funny part, and this kind of veers into spoiler territory, they also take like British comedians and they flip the fucking script. You go, oh, our comedians joining. Okay, they're just gonna be like a normal run of the mill character. Nah, both the comedians they get in Jason Manford, who obviously did a bunch of like 8 out of 10 Cats, that sort of stuff. Those sorts of shows back in the day. I think he's one of the original like team captains. And they also get John Richardson, who I forget what he mainly does. Oh, he's on 8 of 10 Cats Does Countdown. There we are. Um, and yeah, they are both absolute bastards. So they immediately, because you know how you kind of view like, oh, it's a comedian, so they're just gonna do some comic relief. Nah, they flip that shit on its fucking head. But yeah, it's good fun. So I'm looking forward to blitzing through the original series of Waterloo Road. What you been up to, mate?
Not much. Not much. Not
I
much.
can imagine like Anthony from the coffin. Just,
Not much. I've been not up
it's
to much.
my time to talk now.
Ah, granddad's getting out. He's gonna start talking about the war. Oh no, no, no. I've been all right. A bit sleepy, but I was listening to the Wolf Tones last night, an Irish rebel band. Listening to some Irish rebel music, get the spirit of because of Jack. So I've been doing great though. I've just been chilling. Obviously, got three of my most anticipated wrestling figures in a while. Obviously, got my favorite tag team, Motor City Machine Guns, which is Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. And I also got Steve motherfucking Blackman, who is an original of this channel, not the person, but the award. That is where the Anthony Truman Award originates from, Steve Blackman. I can't wait to get them. I don't know why they made Steve so tanned, and they didn't give him the baggy pants crotch mold. But I can't. I will definitely buy the re-release when they fix his skin tone because I love Steve, and I will 100% probably probably buy the re-release if it gets re-released. I don't know why I would, but I would. And hopefully they don't include the fucking cheese hat again. Um, but I love I've just been chilling. I've been playing Dead by Daylight. Just been doing normal stuff like that. Um, obviously like Dead by Daylight. It's one of my favorite games I play. One of my only what the fuck's foo few games I play. So yeah, I enjoy that. I'd like to see you in Dead by Daylight because it's a very simple game, but I don't think you'd ever actually play it. Michael Myers is being deactivated shortly,
Yeah,
in a few days. They're obviously putting in more Stranger Things stuff. So they have to deactivate Michael Myers. Sorry, Michael. So I might buy the DLC before he goes, so I just have the DLC of Michael Myers. Never play as him, but so I have. Um, you know, he'll be gone. I found out Pinhead was in the game, but obviously he got deactivated
nice.
before I played.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I do want to see Arthur Clown in it. I do want to see Arctic Clown in
Would be sick.
Dead by Daylight. Um, because some of the characters do talk and some of them don't. Like Michael Myers famously, it doesn't talk, so
Yeah.
he just kind of stalks around. Ghostface, my favorite killer to use
I mean,
because
he
my
obviously talks like.
yeah, who Ghostface, yeah, yeah. Um, but he's my favorite killer to use because he has an ability where you can so say you're like see a wall, you can hide on the wall like that and just kind of peek your head. I love doing that. It's called stalk. I don't love stalking, but I love doing it in Dead by Daylight. Just to clarify. But I don't really kill people in Dead by Daylight when I'm a killer because I more so like I like being the fun killer where you just like maybe you hit them twice and then let them escape. Maybe you poke them once and then let them escape. I don't really like being a sweaty killer. Because how I can describe Dead by Daylight killers, like people who play as killers, is you'll have some who are genuinely like who mess with you, who like they'll stab you once, they'll hook you once, they'll do that sort of thing. But then there's some sweaty dick. I can't say the C word. There's some sweaty people in there who would just absolutely like take it so serious, where they'd hook you more than once. They'd fucking, if you even try and escape, they'll like grab you, they'll knock you down, they'll hook you. You go from being happy to then it's like, oh, I have a serious killer, do I? Oh, great. But I love one of my favorites is the bear. There's one where there's a guy in a bear costume, and I love it because the only time I played against him, he was so happy because he just kept looking at me and he kept nodding whenever I fixed the generator. Whenever I wouldn't fix the generator, he like stabbed me. I love that. Um,
Nice,
but
nice.
yeah, yeah, I do recommend Dead by Daylight. It's only like £8. It's a cheap game. I've been playing as a woman recently. I prestiged Ashley Williams to level 5. I prestige Nicolas Cage to prestige 2 level 1, I believe, and I prestige my woman to level 1. Prestige level 1. No, prestige 1 level 3. There we go. Yeah, I've just been chilling with Dead by Daylight. I'm slowly getting the achievements. I might get a Dead by Daylight tattoo. Can you play the game? Then I also found out, which will probably be me ranting on the after show next week about it. But the new Life is Strange game is being teased and will be announced on Tuesday. So yeah,
Hmm.
woo! And my own,
Um,
hmm, what are you gonna say?
no, I don't know. No, finish up, and I'll go into a comment we saw.
But obviously, I with Life is Strange, I just hope they actually do a good game this time and actually try and make it worth it compared to the last game, where, from what I've read, most decisions in the end don't matter. Um, because they have their own vision of it. Basically, imagine Ben Wadey doing a Telltale game, but he's controlling your options. Is basically what they did for people who are a bit confused. And I just want Christian to return, but he's not returning because he was only in the comic. Give me Christian. He's my favorite character. But yeah, continue on.
All I was gonna say is I saw a comment that I thought it would be interesting to address. By Trueman Mukine. They also left a comment in the Q&A, which is where you remember the name. They obviously responded on the Q&A. Thank you so much for answering my question, lads. You pronounced my first name correctly. Obviously not the second one. Classic. I love watching your videos, but do you both do modern WWE videos from when CM Punk came back to WWE in 2023 onwards? God bless you both. So, Piggy, why do we or do we not do modern wrestling videos?
Let me just make a little mistake. People know if they want to skip it. And we'll just tell the guys on the podcast so you can watch it. Uh, See, why don't we do modern wrestling? Well, to peel back the curtain, old wrestling for us is 20 years ago, not fucking old wrestling as in Macho Man Randy Savage.
40s, yeah.
Yeah, the 40s, like the 80s and 90s.
Or
But
40 years ago, rather.
yeah, 40 years ago, not the fucking 40s. Fucking, but if some like
Lou Fez.
Lou Fez, yeah, Lou Fez, there, Big Daddy. I know Big Daddy was the 60s. But the reason why we don't do wrestling, or modern wrestling, is because we like to do shit times in wrestling, and plus doing WWE in modern day is extremely hard because not only do you have to suspend disbelief, like well, no, that sounds silly. It's not suspend disbelief, but not only do you have to watch the shows, but it's like you'll be watching a match, and then it'll be like you'll be watching the match, and then you've watched the match is over, and then it's like, Mike Hart's lemonade, buy Mike Hart's lemonade, buy Mike's like a hard lemonade, please buy it, please buy it, please buy it, please buy it. And then the next match will happen, and then afterwards be like, wheat vodka, America wheat vodka, America's wheat vodka, America's wheat vodka, buy it, buy it, buy it. So it's just like match ads, match ads, match ads, and it's oversaturated in my opinion. It's like the wrestling is second to none. 'Cause to me, wrestling on a wrestling show should be your number one priority, and then promos, and then maybe a promotion, like promoting things, not fucking promoting, then promos, then wrestling. Um, and that's probably
And
one.
you even take the difference, right? You take the difference between WWE, where if you watch a WWE like live at like pay per view as such, or a PLE, whatever the fuck it's called, you go, all right, 5 matches on the card, 15 minutes of ads, match, 15 minutes of ads, match, and then you go, I've watched a 3 hour wrestling show, and I've watched 5 matches. Not really bang for your buck. And then equally, you go over to AW and go, all right, I've watched a 5 hour show. I've watched 14 matches. Yeah, sure, I'm really like it was good fun, but also fuck me, I'm exhausted. So it's the kind of unfortunate thing where I think it's never a bad thing to acknowledge when stuff's not really for you. But I also if you told me I had to watch Raw every week, which is 3 hours, and we had to cover it every week, I'd quit. I would quit. Fuck that. Um, I, yeah, I tend to know what I like. I'm not the biggest of wrestling fan at this point. I don't actively watch any wrestling shows like that are currently ongoing. So it would definitely be a bit of a it would be a tall order, and it's just not really, current WWE doesn't really suit me, current AEW doesn't really suit me, and I've not really found any alternatives that I also would like to support. So ultimately, no modern wrestling for me, really. It has to kind of I don't even know, like, we do WWE ECW, we do TNA 2010. It has to exist with a cool, like, it has to have a cool story around it to even make me consider it. So unfortunately, no, no modern WWE stuff. I just I am too far out of the game to actually have opinions about a lot of stuff. Ultimately,
But also,
like, I always generally know what's going on, but I find it very hard. It's probably been over a decade since I've actively watched like WWE's main shows, and even then, at some point, I just started skipping through it all anyway. So
and also just to add on to this, if you watch modern WWE, they usually tend to continue matches for like 6 months, like the same feud, and sort of change the players every now and again. So, like, if you, for example, like you brought up CM Punk, his entire run in WWE up to now has been Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Drew McIntyre, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, Seth Rollins, The Vision, Seth Rollins, The Vision, and then Gunther slash Walter, Seth Rollins, and now it's Jey Uso, and now it's just Finn Balor and Braun Breaker, and it's like, all right, because it just feels the same, really. It just feels the same, and it's a problem. I like modern AW. I do tend to watch AW. I'm in a wrestling Discord that I watch it with some other people, but I don't watch WWE as often because my friend Mac that I talk to, I follow people who do figure photography for like as a hobby, or it's called pic fetting, picture fetting, where obviously you take like pictures and make your own matches. Like if I want to take, say, Tony Storm, and put her against Brian Pillman, I can do that, and it would work. Like he just has to film it, sort. And I obviously talked to my friend Mac, and I got annoyed because I watched Brock Lesnar versus John Cena, and they said, "Why do you watch something if you're just going to critique and hate it? Like it's alright to critique something, but if you're genuinely going to hate it, what's the point of watching it?" Which I agree perfectly with. And I'm sorry for giving you this rant. And he goes, "Oh no, no, Piggy, I don't mind. I'm just trying to let you know." But that's why I don't really watch modern WWE because it if you, it's hard to watch it and enjoy it if you're a long time wrestling fan, whether that be 5 years, 10 years, or even 20 years. Even if you're a fan since it first popped off in the 80s, it'll be harder to watch it now than, say, when you were growing up watching it. And I do agree with that. And I truly don't, I don't mind WWE. I will watch WWE's Royal Rumble. Maybe not this year's because it's in Riyadh and for obvious reasons. You know, yeah, but obviously you have the Royal Rumble. I do watch WrestleMania. I do watch. I do watch fucking SummerSlam sometimes, Survivor Series sometimes, and maybe Money in the Bank sometimes. I did attend Backlash last year, which was good fun. I went to America, and that was great fun. But even in an arena, and I say this as I went to AEW's Forbidden Door, and then I had to leave halfway through because I got very anxious because I was too high up, and I just felt very uncomfortable halfway through the show because I realized it was 4 hours long. But what I wanted to say was, attending Backlash and some of Forbidden Door, but all in 2023, I did actually fully attend. I do want to admit something. Watching Backlash like in person, the pay per view, you do notice like, wow, there is a lot of breathing here because that might sound wrong, but there's a lot of like room here to breathe because it'll be like match, and then on the screen it'll be like Mrs. promoting Old Spice, and then it's like okay, 5 more minutes of ads, Okay, now it's time for the second match. Whereas when you attend All In slash Forbidden Door, it's like, okay, so I've just seen Brian Danielson, take on Will Ospreay. What the fuck? I'm immediately on the second match. What the fuck? And it's just a big difference. And yeah, that's a long-winded thing to say. That's why we don't watch why we don't cover modern wrestling. It's also hard because politically, I don't make this about politics, but politically, watching WWE, you're gonna feel like if you don't align with I'm just gonna say if you don't align with what happens in current America, like you don't like it, like most of us from outside of America don't like what's happening in America. Um, you're not gonna like WWE because WWE is very openly, well, especially with their partnership with TKO, they're very openly endorsing that current party who's running America because I vividly remember at SummerSlam Triple H, the person who books WWE now, because the original owner of WWE had left, but Triple H, who books WWE now, went to the White House, took a photo with the president, which is fair enough, right? It's fair enough because his mom-in-law does work for the president. She is a part of the Department of Education, which yes, Linda McMahon is part of the Department of Education. Just let that sit in. Linda McMahon from WWE is in the Department of Education. But yeah, it's like that's understandable. But on the SummerSlam, they were like, they had Michael Cole going, "Oh, here's Triple H at the White House with the president." Just booze, and then all you hear is just that's it. That they're muted. And obviously, it's also hard to stomach the re when they're like, "Yeah, we like the queer people, we like the gay people, we like them, we like supporting them, we like
We
supporting
don't like
women."
them when we're in Saudi, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I was gonna make that was the joke I was gonna make. Is like we like the gay people, we like the women, but not when we're in Saudi. And plus, from what me and Ash often joke on one matches, obviously, they did a press conference where they announced for WrestleMania 43, they were 43, yeah, 43. They were going to go to Riyadh, for the first international WrestleMania. I know people will go, but Canada's the first international WrestleMania. This is kind of the first one overseas, not in the same area of Canada and America. And obviously, they had to address the Saudi government as Your Royal Highness, which did really just put an awful taste in a lot of people's mouth. Because we understand why you endorse it, because if Saudi Arabia do have a shit ton of, maybe not now, but they do have a shit ton of money, and they could literally buy this channel buy this out about 50 times over if they want to. Um, and yeah, so it's very hard to watch modern WWE and actually feel joy because you watch it and then you go, yeah, but my money and my time is not going to be invested because they just don't care really. They say they care, but they love to work the fans 'cause that's what we do. What we do, what we do, when we do what we do, what we do is what he says every press conference. It's what we do. It just becomes annoying in a sense, and I truly just I don't feel real joy from watching WWE as I did when I was a child. I'll still collect wrestling figures from WWE because like there will be a talent that I like, and I'm like, if I ever want to have him in my collection, it'd be nice to have him, and I do use it. I do use parts from newer like figures on customs of getting like from my favorite era of wrestling is TNA '06 and Total Nonstop Action. And like if I want customs of say Elix Skipper who's not getting a figure, like it's just yeah, it's just it depends really, on stuff, and that's how I generally feel about modern WWE. It's hard to watch it and actually enjoy it without realizing yeah, but they don't really give a shit about their fans or anything compared to like say AEW. And I don't make this about like the rich don't care about the poor, but compared to AEW in a sense, but that feels more like an open investment to like fans. It feels more like it's for the people because they have people there that don't feel like they are playing. Like, well, obviously, they are playing a character, but most of them feel genuine in the way. And I also prefer that over like this is Roman Reigns. He's the tribal chief. He's the only tribal chief. But it's not that cool. I more so like when it's like I am playing a character, but like just pretend that I might be. Like Eddie Kingston and Hangman Adam Page. Just sorry to make the long-winded thing, but Hangman Adam Page is my favorite. I got a flack for saying he's the modern day Stone Cold. I'm not comparing him to Stone Cold. I'm more so saying he's the modern Stone Cold in the sense of where he's that sort of anti-hero, where you do feel bad for him, but in the same way, the best thing I loved about AEW, and they still do it, is they actually give the characters real life issues and develop it in wrestling. Like Hangman's entire character, Hangman Adam Page's entire character, was he was a depressed, alcoholic cowboy, who had friends, but his friends betrayed him, and they turned into the dark side. So he became the anxious millennial cowboy, and through that he had to gain new friends, and the new friends had to build him up to overcome the odds, so he could defeat his old friends. And then you look at that and you go, that's more human than Roman Reigns saying, "I am the tribal chief, I am the head of the table, you will acknowledge me." I feel more like inclined to watch a character who's going to grow and be like, I resonate with you because you are depressed, you have anxiety, you have these real life issues I can relate to. You don't feel like you're a billionaire playing a character. And the other person I brought up was Eddie Kingston, where I obviously feel for Eddie Kingston because Eddie Kingston is he's basically a wrestler who's in his 40s, in his late 40s, but he's been doing it for like 20 years, but he never really got signed to a major promotion. So also with him is he is, as he calls himself, the king of the bum. He's basically bum homeless, you know, poverty people. He's basically that person because he feels more like the working class man. You will root for him more compared to say Cody Rhodes, who is the son of a plumber, Dusty Rhodes, who is his father, who obviously Dusty Rhodes is a fan of the common people. You you look at the difference between Eddie Kingston and Cody, you go, well, Eddie Kingston is clearly the king of the bums, and he's clearly the more common person because Eddie Kingston comes out, he's wearing like like he's like when he comes out in cutting promos, he comes out like when like sweatpants, a t-shirt, and then you look at Cody, who's supposed to be the man of the common people. What's he coming out in? A $400 tuxedo suit with a like $500 watch, and he's coming out of his tour bus. Wow,
Probably more expensive than
yeah, probably more expensive, but
that.
you get what I mean. Like it's like,
Way more
yeah,
expensive
it's
than
way
that,
more
I'd say.
expensive, but you get what I mean. Like, I'm supposed to, this man, Cody Rhodes, is supposed to be the man of the common people, and his suits are like 2 grand, and his watch costs about 6 grand. I'm supposed to be common man like him. No, fuck off. So yeah, that's the big problem I have as well, is AEW has more characters I relate to, because I can put myself in those shoes. I know I never will be able to put myself in those shoes, but I feel more like I could, like, sort of break the realm and be like, I could look up to this person compared to like Roman and Cody. But that is my take on modern wrestling. Is characters do work. It's just WWE very much is completely different, and it's very hard to enjoy it as a fan. I know you probably are sat there like just like I have no idea what he's saying. But yeah, it's what I feel with modern wrestling is I can relate to more
I
AW
feel like
people than
I feel
WWE.
like as you go on, you kind of I feel like as it goes on and as you get older, you don't really want to support the place that has a monopoly. You kind of want you want to feel like your effort is rewarded, and you want to feel like you're actually supporting. It's like the football example, right? A lot of people don't like watching the Premier League anymore because you realise that most of them have ridiculous amounts of money, and the players aren't really playing for the fans. So therefore, a lot of people do just go, I want to watch like non-league stuff where it actually matters, and you go to the games and you actually meet a bunch of people who you know because you're all there, you're all supporting it. So you want to feel like you're a part of something that has the potential to grow, as opposed to something that's kind of the stalwart that's been there for years. And it's kind of I don't know. I just find modern wrestling a little bit exhausting. Really, it's you go one place, you get something different. You go to another place, you get something the same. A lot of the stuff, it's just kind of not really you know, it's kind of thing where is it that I've changed or is it that wrestling's changed? Probably so both I've changed and wrestling's changed. Whereas I'm probably mentally stuck in the time period where I prefer that being when I was watching it as a kid versus what it is now is completely different, and that doesn't really reflect what my wrestling head would want to see. So ultimately, that's kind of the case, really. But then I was never really the most traditional wrestling fan, anyways. Like, I was never like, oh, I got to see this fucking match. This match gonna be good. Like, let me see all the soap opera bits of the wrestling, please. Let me see all the promos, all the shit like that. But the actual like wrestling product, I don't really give that much of a shit for. Never really been like a huge like matches fan. It had to have an interesting enough story to get me hooked, and I feel like at some point when you keep putting your hand in the fire, at some point you don't want to get burned anymore, and that's kind of how you feel being a wrestling fan, where you go, oh, this will happen, this will be cool, and then you get excited about something, and then it doesn't happen because you're like, ah, well, I guess we're going a different direction. Then at some point you just stop wanting to get invested because fuck you. I'd rather see what I want to see, but what I'm seeing isn't what I want to see, so fuck you.
I do just also want to add a caveat here of also another reason why we don't cover modern wrestling is WWE, as you said, is a monopoly because they currently, if you don't know, they bought WCW, their competitor, back in 2001 for, as people have said, a clown car of money. I know it's like 1 million or 2 million, but Chris Jericho, the wrestler, said he could have bought it himself if he wanted, if he had that money, because they literally bought it for pennies. Same with ECW, they bought it for pennies, and nowadays they bought AAA, AAA, yeah, AAA.
Yeah,
They bought AAA, and they are a silent partner in TNA. Well, silent partner in a sense where they're like, yeah, 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 we do like your talent, and yeah, yeah, most of your talent are gonna come to us when they leave, but like we will just put all the champions that you have. They will lose to our guys, and our guys will look strong because yeah, yeah, but our guys are better. Because they want to control who the number two is. Because if they control who the number two is, they can remain to be number one. It's really sad in a way because to me, like, how can I put it? You don't want to be told this has to be number two. You want to go, okay, I'm looking at this. This is clearly number one, and this is number two. You don't want to be told, yeah, yeah, yeah. Since we own number two, they're number two. It's not like, oh, because they're actually an interesting company, they are number two. No, no, no. It's because we own number two is the reason why they're better than actual number two. Because the actual number two is AEW. AEW does have a billionaire backing it. Same with WWE, but WWE is completely different, and it's a public owned company, so it can be you can buy stocks in it, I believe. So like the way WWE is currently telling its fans as an audience is they just to peel back the curtain from what I know, they basically are not happy that AEW is the actual number two because they can't, for instance, be like, "Hey, what you're doing is different. Can we put our guys on it?" They obviously want to control. They want to have a monopoly, basically, as you said. They want to rule the roost, really, of who does what. So they got AAA. So they have AAA, which they do use. They've completely WWE-fied it. They even said it was a clown circus before they got it. They're going to bring it into the big league. What they essentially did was they want to make TNA, Total Nonstop Action, the number two promotion. And how they're going to try and achieve this is by putting their talent into the company and like have TNA talent fight WWE talent and have them kind of go from each company, yeah, like back and forth. But the problem you have is if you are like leaving WWE, say Tommaso Ciampa, who is leaving WWE, what is your option? I can go to Mexico where I'm in CMLL, which is associated with AEW. AEW don't own CMLL, by the way. They're just like a business partner. They're a mutual agreement where like CMLL tell them can appear in AEW and so forth. But or I can go to AAA, which is owned by WWE, and WWE is mostly putting their talent on it and changing the names of WWE talent. Or I can go to AEW, or I can go to TNA, which is owned by WWE. So if I leave WWE, I can go back to WWE, but by going to its substantial lesser counterparts. And it's so silly. It's so silly because I'm looking at this and going, guys, you don't need. We know you're number one. You're always going to be number one. Why do you want to control it? I know it's better to control it than to not control it. But it's basically like if the BBC, in a comparison to the Wheel is in the Soap, if they like bought ITV, but they kept running Nation Street and Emmerdale, on ITV, but it's like, yeah, we can have characters now go down to it. The only option you have to go to is Hollyoaks, and it's like, okay, that's great. That's great. So I can go to Hollyoaks or I can go to the lesser EastEnders subs that are owned by the BBC. That obviously that's a joke, but you understand where I'm coming from. And that's really where I hate it in a sense. I'm like, guys, guys, stop it, stop it. And also, I got really pissed off as well because TNA generally, I my era of TNA is in the 2000s. I love that it had excellent ways of doing how they were running it. Still TNA did, because it's TNA. They love to fuck up. But an example I'll give is they obviously in the 2000s they had like an X division where the entire rule was there is no limits. So like if a really fat guy wanted to be in the X division, they could be. It was basically like the WCW's cruiserweight division. But yes, just so people understand that. But like you look at TNA now, it's just like what are you doing, lads? Why are you with WWE? Like obviously WWE are going to give you lots of money, but just not worth it in my opinion. And to keep making mistakes, and it's just yeah, modern wrestling is it's very hard to watch at times, but it's understandable. It's like the boom period for wrestling has is definitely going to die down now because John Cena has now retired. He's officially been retired for 1 month. So like the boom period of seeing Cena wrestle like for the last time is over now because who's really watching fucking wrestling to see Cody versus Roman 3? And yeah, it's just yeah, it's the problem, but that's modern wrestling for you. But I will be an AW fan, but we don't cover modern wrestling. We might cover modern wrestling, but it'll be very late. So even then, it'll be classic wrestling by that point. So yeah, hopefully that explains it. Still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, still listening. Still listening. I got nothing. You've gone through a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I unlike the we cover modern wrestling, like the closest is occasionally it's like, what if we watched AEW from when it started, and then you go, that's still like 6 years ago. That's like 7 years ago now. So even then, it's still kind of there's a very there's a very long expiry date as to when it's like, will we cover it? No. But I also just don't want to have to cover like I I love EastEnders. I don't even like covering EastEnders weekly. It's, I love Hollyoaks and Coronation Street. I barely cover it weekly, so I'm not adding more fucking weekly like commitments to my fucking schedule. Because I'm not very good at enjoying things when they come out. It's more like, oh, I have to watch this now. It's an obligation. Then it makes it a bit less fun. So, yeah, not looking to add any more stuff to my plate. But yeah, anyways, I think that's probably more than what they bargained for. Probably wanted like a 5 minute answer. Got what felt like what felt like a whole fucking dissertation.
And they want an answer. I gave them an answer. I
Yep, that was an answer.
asked was probably hoping it would only be a 5 minute answer, but we fucking got more than they
Yep,
bargained for. I had a lot to say on modern wrestling, you can tell. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll do the outro now. So ask you to go to sleep. Uh,
that's what happens when Piggy gets an extra 3 hours of sleep for the podcast. Usually record everything at 10, not today. And then he spends 3 hours talking about wrestling.
I,
Nah, all is sound. There was a question to be answered. Piggy answered it better than I did. So
yeah,
yeah, but no, that's the podcast. We do enjoy the podcast.
it did end.
159 episodes.
Yeah, it did end at 1 hour 16 minute mark. For the non-wrestling fans, but for the one guy who is a fan, it did end.
Fuck me, it really was about half an hour. Shitting hell.
But
And that was 90% you as well. I didn't add shit to that.
it's just it's, I probably have more to say than you do. That's the problem. Like it's like when you get
I,
asked,
I could probably work up to it, but yeah, definitely not the drop of the hat.
like that's why like it's basically my autism card. It's like when you get asked about Coronation Street, I just have to sit there
Yeah,
like, oh here we go, fucking half an hour, bang it out, go on lad, and then it's like, oh Hollyoaks and Ashley, Hollyoaks, an hour and a half, let's go. So yeah, there you go. That is the outro. I might have to get someone to clip that and put that on the One More Match channel. But why we don't watch modern wrestling, but who knows? I might do it. I might not
I ain't
do it.
doing that.
Ah, fuck, he's gonna make me do it, isn't he?
I ain't doing that.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.